I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. To my goatee over. Hey, listen, it's late night snack time with the Scoville Squad, and here we are together again. So, I hope everybody had a great day. There's Balake on the bus. Very good to see you, man. Good to see you. I got some cool stuff coming. I have some really great videos come up. Mr. Zach Peterman. No way. Dizzy Dragon. Jason P. Uncle Bull Cow. Some great peppers, man. Did you see the Instagram post? I don't know if you did. I made a great Instagram post with your peppers that I'm going to eat tomorrow morning. Has anybody in the chat so far seen my Instagram? Bull Cow saw it. Yeah, it's very cool. Mr. Westcott, good to see you. Thumpaholic Fishing, good to see you. Dennis Brace, my man, hope you're feeling good. DJ K Solo, let's drive. Emmanuel Pinheiro. All right, so the plan, Dizzy, real quick. See how I should make you go to my Instagram. Let me just say hi, everybody. Then I'll get to my plan. Tad and Kit, man, I love you guys. So good to see you. Tad and Kit with Harvest 912, you guys. Love them. I'll be with them next week. Can't wait. Aaron Giorno, good to see you. Drew V, good to see you, man. Mr. Tokyo, forget about it. From Norway, don't let the name throw you. Good to see you. Bizzle, good to see you, man. Hello, bus driver. Much love to all. Bizzle, Balake says hi. Greg F, good to see you. Eric Back, where are we driving to? I'm going to drive to some tincture a little bit. I try to have a variety of snacks, and it's been just kind of a hectic week. I had something strange happen to me last night. Not sleeping. It was very odd. I accidentally logged myself out of YouTube and went to log back in, and it instead of going, it wouldn't accept my instead of letting me put my password in. I got some error or some message that said I had to respond using Google Authenticator app. Didn't have it. I got it after the fact, so I called Johnny Jr. and had him sort it out, which was great, but it was very stressful to not be able to log in. Freaked out for a minute. Real deal. Good to see you. NZ, Chili Head. Thanks for being here. Josh Zenner, awesome channel, he says. Thank you. It's awesomer now that you're here. See, school's important, but peppers are awesomer. Just kidding. Keith Lego, good to see you, man. We are live. Indeed. Okay, yeah, there you go. So we'll hear this. Since people know about it in the chat, what I'm doing tomorrow is I got some pods. Marty Paxton, good to see you. Man, if I missed anybody's name, I'll try to get to everybody. The problem is they're getting bigger and bigger. Good thing. Used to be easy. Robert Springs, good to see you. Mac Whitaker. Oh, Mac. Dude, I love you, man. How have you been, dude? I think of you a lot. Hope you're doing good. Heck on the Heat, good to see you. Mr. Ray, I can't believe Mac. So good to see you. You made my night. Drew V, Johnny, it's been so hot over here. I can't. Single Primately flowered butt. Oh, no way. You know what? I've heard people are having trouble because of the heat. Robert Norton, good to see you. KCR, good to see you. You are a chili head. I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Heckling the Heat. Yes. Awesomer. Exactly. Ryan Karcher. Here's the Michigan chili grower, everybody. Another legend in the chat. Ryan Karcher. I like to think that it's awesomer with Michigan chili grower here. There he is. Listen. I worked with him on a thing we did, a show we did. Great grower, does some unique things, like crossing a Decadum with a Chinense. Yeah, I'm serious. Guy's a genius. Daniel Stewart, good to see you. Dan the man, you are the man, brother. Ate my first peanut from Death Nut 3. Not what I was expecting. Wow. I think I'll start with peppers and build a tolerance. Wasn't expecting that. I kind of want to say I'm sorry, but it's what we do here, Dirty Hands, Brad. Good to see you, man. Seagull, thanks for stopping in, man. Saw my Death Nut shipped. I dread it. Fear not. Fear not, Bizzle. Lego, 110 degrees forecast for the next 3 days. Listen, Lego, I read online that Phoenix, 31 days in a row, over 110. You know how crazy that is? That's insane. Vern Bolstead, no one hot minute tonight, guys. Not this evening. If you're new on the stream and you're like, what is one hot minute? Once a week, I spring one hot minute on everybody. It usually happens in the first 5 minutes of the show. And when one hot minute happens, hi Peter Bear, one hot minute happens, what you got to do is you got to bounce to your fridge or pantry, whatever you got, and get something hot. I'll have something hot also, and everybody gets something hot. Metal Music Maniac. Primatali Twinkie filling. Ooh, that would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Anyway, everybody gets something hot. We type in the chat what you're eating. Sometimes it's pepper, sometimes it's sauce, sometimes it's spicy chips. If you got nothing but cracked pepper, it's got pepper in the word, right? Put in pepper. And on the half hour, I'm on the East Coast. So at 9:30, right now it's 9:07. At 9:30, I'm having an asthma attack, you guys. At 9:30, we all eat something together, which is really cool. And then everybody throws up their score, how hot it is on a scale of 1 to 10. So it's very, very cool. But yeah, man, it's been very hot. Crazy, man. Neil Spence, good to see you. What happened to the Pepper Princess? Hello from Hull, England. The Pepper Princess. You mean, is that? See, here's the thing. There are Pepper Princesses that go by that handle. On the other hand, David, the Pepper Apprentice, when he first said Pepper Apprentice, people thought he said Pepper Princess because he was nervous. It was his first video, and it sounded like he said Pepper Princess. So I'm not sure if you're asking about the Pepper Princess, like a person who's actually going by Pepper Princess, or you were there in the early days of College Boy or David. So tell me. Impaired Spoons, 2:07 a.m. See, where are you? Where are you? Impaired. I have something stuck in my teeth that's driving me crazy. I'm sorry. UK, there you go. I was wondering. Drew, I had to compose myself earlier. I was on 102 on my dashboard, and someone that pulled up next to me let their dog in the vehicle with the windows up. Whoa. That's some choice words from him. Yeah, I would. That's brutal, man. I can't even imagine that. Bill Core, here for the ride. Good to see you, man. Charles McLeod, good to see you, man. Mind Games, that's Charles. So listen, I'm gonna try some. I'm really kind of into this, so I'm gonna do this one again just because I'm really into it. Barrett McNeufy, Edmonton, Canada. Thanks for being here, Barrett. It's kind of cool. I don't recall seeing you before. That's awesome. Raymond Calderon, eat a pep. You know what? I have some peppers, but I have plans for these peppers. And tonight's kind of a chilling thing, and I kind of really into this. This is from Tom Broom. It's his 24-month aged vintage with 50% more powder. So piping hot and very, very delicious tincture, but it's very hot. Swiss Vapor. Man, good to see you, Swiss Vapor. Marty Paxton says, Johnny, are UK peppers any different from US grown? Watch the first time I competed against the Chili Queen at the Guilford Cheese and Chili Festival. And you can see, no, they were really hot. You know, they were very hot. They were very hot in New Zealand. They were very hot in Brazil. They were hot, you know, in Philippines. They were not as hot in the Philippines. I'll say that. They were hot as can be in Australia. The problem with the Philippines is it's really, really wet. And super hots don't grow really, really well in wet weather. But bird's eye grow really well. Miguel Silva, hello, Johnny. Been watching your videos since 2018. Wow, very cool. Thank you. Thanks because you've already made me laugh many times. A hug from the other side of the Atlantic. Big hug from Portugal. Oh, no way, Miguel. That's so cool. Got people on the bus in Portugal. See seats on the bus everywhere. Thank you for stopping in, Miguel. That's so cool. You've been around. You've been on the bus since 2018. We weren't even calling it the bus back in 2018. I should have. If anybody wants to know where I got that from, I was at a Dead show. Tommy was with me, and Jerry Garcia said, I'm just the driver. It's your bus. I'm just the driver. And that kind of resonated with me. And that's kind of the feel here. This isn't my thing. It was my thing for the first week. I'll be honest with you. When I first started the channel, the first week, I was all about it. And then Joe Williams is a dude who, he left him a comment. Channel was a week old. And the comment said, I'm your biggest fan. You're amazing. And I read it a couple of times because no one had ever said that before, you know. The channel was a week old. And he still watches. He's still friends of mine. The channel, he was like, that was the first comment that ever just kind of, and that day, it kind of just stopped being about me and it was about Joe Williams, and about Keith Lego and Howard McGee and Vern Bolstead and all you guys. Vern, what did you say there? I missed it. Have you used any consistent topicals like lotion or deodorant? No, I've used capsaicin toothpaste, Vern. I use capsaicin toothpaste, and I have some muscle rubs that have capsaicin in it. Yankee Kyle, there's the man. Over 3.5 decades of sobriety on that dude right there, Yankee Kyle. Proud of you, man. It's a big deal, dude. We'll be a member soon, Bill Core. We're going to be here for a while. I'm not going anywhere, man. Tom Broom. Bree should be along anytime now. Tom Broom. I reckon we'll see Tom. John Zenner just watched the pickle egg video. He had a jar of quail eggs to try. I've not seen that one yet. Curious how the quail eggs were. They were delicious. I smashed that jar so fast. The texture of them were so good. Oh, I remember them. Oh, they were yummy, John. For real. Jerry Garcia, originally in the band, the Warlocks. Yep, sure was. There we go. He looked right at me once. I know it sounds stupid and ridiculous, but I was at a concert. He looked right at me once and kind of stared at me for a second. Blew my mind. What time where you are, John? Peter Bear. You're in the UK, Peter. Right here, I'm in on the East Coast. The East Coast. And it is 9:17 or 9:13. Excuse me, 9:13. Robbie Cole, hello. I just found your channel last month. I ate my first Carolina Reaper 2 weeks ago. Jeez, he's got his foot on the gas pedal. I love it, Robbie. It was hot, but not as hot as I was expecting. I'm looking forward to doing it again. Robbie Cole, man, that's so cool. Did it wreck your gut a little bit? First super hot. I hope you prepped well. That's a gut bomb if you didn't. Pyromania, no other spicy king YouTubers could ever hold a candle to good old Johnny. That's kind of me to say that. But listen, it's not a contest unless I'm at a contest. Then it's a contest. I usually lose them. Here's the thing. I'm not fast is the problem. And a lot of the contests are about speed. I'm not good at it. I'm pretty good at eating peppers, though. I can go 1-for-1 with just about. There's a couple of people I just know straight up I can't go one for one with. Like, there's a few down in Australia. Greg Barlow. Can't go against him. Dustin Johnson, I can't go against him. These guys don't feel pain. Listen, one of them they both eat over 130 Carolina Reapers. You understand that? 130? Think about that. I could eat 130 M&Ms. That's too much volume. I can't eat 130 peppers. I don't know how they do it. Like when I do a contest, every time I'm in a contest, like I usually end up eating around 50 peppers in a contest. I'm so full, it's ridiculous. I don't know how 168 peppers. That is so mind-boggling. If you see the guy, Greg's skinny. He's not a big dude. I can't do that. So guys like that, I can't go up against. But most guys, I can pretty much hold my own with anybody. Next, Lennon. Good to see you. Currently cleaning Sharpie out of my kid's carpet. Talk about a parent meltdown. Ooh. Had it happen to me? I did. Listen, Tommy and I did it to my dad. I remember the night. It was ink. Terrible. But I had my kids do it to me. And then when they did it to me, I remember the day that I did to my dad. I remember what my dad was going to do to me. And I was like, try to give my kids a bit of a break. But here's the deal about my dad. He was great about when little things happened, he would snap. I mean, snap. Like a yellow light, come too soon, and he had to stop. He'd freak. Bad change at a store, he'd lose his mind. But big stuff would happen. I mean, big stuff. You destroy a car. You go through the windshield. You fail out of college. All these big things that would happen. Tommy and I crashed a car the morning of Sister Scoville's wedding. We're driving around. We had something we had to pick up. We're driving around. We're on this on a pull off in Vermont on a big sweeping corner. He goes, anything coming? He's driving. I went, look this way. Nope. Look that way. Nope. We looked this way again. When he pulled out, it's 35 miles an hour. This guy came around the corner. He had to have been going 70. He's skidding. I mean, he's like, it looks like he's in a road rally. He's like almost starting to drift. He gets on the binders hard and just T-bones us. I had something in my hand. I don't know what it was when out the windows were open. And this is like an hour and a half before Sister Scoville had to get married. I called my dad. I'm like, Dad, listen, something bad happened. I got to talk to you. He goes, what happened? I said, Tommy and I destroyed the car. And this car was like, I'm not joking. It was like a couple weeks old. You know what he said? Are you okay? I said, yeah. He goes, is Tommy okay? I said, yeah. He goes, no one died. Where are you? Come get you. I'm not joking. It was that cool. He was just, I looked at Tommy and like, when big stuff happens, he was just the most rock solid cat in the world. R3, let's see, was that Red? Going with Red. I'm going to call you Red. Hello from down under. Love the channel. Always enjoy watching this. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. Let me try to catch up. I'm sorry I've missed a lot, guys. When I tell a story, these things slide right by me and I end up missing out. I don't want to bum people out. Keenan, see, I miss Keenan. Great to get you live. Really enjoyed the videos recently. Thank you so much, Keenan. Appreciate that greatly. Miss my dad so much, mate. 30 years. Wow, Peter, I'm sorry. It's been a little over 2 for me. It sucks, you know. Here's what I've learned. You never get over it. Like, you never get over it. You learn to live with it. Some days are good. Some days aren't as good. You learn to laugh again and, you know, you move on and, you know, they wouldn't want you not to. It's the days that are hard. I just had a bad one recently. His birthday was, this whole month of July has been brutal. Really has. Charlie Mullins. Good to see you, Charlie. Mary, good to see you guys. Is there a Scoville hot sauce? Funny you ask that, KCR. I think we're out on a bunch of them. We're about to restock. I think we may have some on my site. It's johnnyscoville.com. There's CTH1, which I think we're out of stock. CTH2, I'm not sure. They're all really good. I'm not saying it. They're all really good. We won awards for CTH1. CTH4 is Scary Hot. Ask Bizzle. They're all really good. However, we've been working on a bunch of other things. We have 3 new sauces we're about to add to the line that we've been working on. So we're trying to get that ready for the launch of this thing, which, by the way, 1 month from today, I call it a Sizzler Reel. Sizzler Reel is going to launch 1 month from today. And then 2 months from today, the show's out. So we're trying to get everything ready for that. Molly Schuyler, listen, she's a lunatic. I think she is. I've met her. We know each other. Molly's a savage. I have to tell you something. Tommy and I'm with Tommy in Reno like a couple trips ago. I'm in Reno. We try to do the gallon of milk challenge. We do it live. Silver Surfer is my man. Good to see you, Tracy. it's right there. I showed it off the other day. Bobblehead's over there. So we were going to do this chug challenge live, right? So we get a gallon of milk each and we chug it. It goes horribly wrong. It's hysterical. Tommy, you have to watch it. It's really funny. Right as Tommy is just hurling wildly. It's the most amazing sound. If you don't even look at it, just the noise it makes was just unreal. Just as that happens, my mother, where my mom's at, she opens the door, the look of disgust on her face. I feel like I was 10 years old all over again. Like she caught me doing something I shouldn't have done. Anyway, it went off the rails. We did not do a good job in this challenge. Tommy came pretty close. I did not. I had a rough time with it. It's the first time I've ever chucked on camera, and a lot of it was bad. Anyway, when we're done with that, we go inside. By the way, the recovery from trying to chug a gallon of milk, the after effects, it's way worse chugging a gallon of milk than it is eating 50 peppers. I'm not kidding you. You eat a bunch of peppers, you suffer a little bit. The milk wrecked me for 6 hours. I felt like I had swallowed a whale. Even though I got most of it up, I just felt awful, like just awful for hours. So I get sit online. I'm looking at milk chugs. So we find Molly Schuyler. She's 98 pounds, 5 feet tall. She drank a gallon of milk in 13 seconds. I, if you doubt me, go look. 13 seconds. She had 4 glasses this big. If you blink, you'll miss it. You can't look away when she does it. When Tommy and I do it, you can go get a drink. Put something in the microwave, wait for it, come back. You'll catch most of the show. Molly sat there and she takes the first one and goes, "Listen, I'm not even. You just need to see it." She just pours it down her throat and it's gone. And she grabs the second one, pours it down her throat. That's how fast you have to do it. Do it in 13 seconds. 13 seconds. And what she says when she's done? It didn't go so well. I could do it faster. It is nuts heckling the heat. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Thank God she doesn't eat peppers. Imagine if she got into hot peppers, she'd be unstoppable. Honestly. Because she can eat fast. That's the thing. I can't eat fast. That's what stops me in all the contests, man. And it doesn't help that, like Shaheen, I end up against her a lot. Serious question from non-Chiliad and is heartburn, acid reflux an issue for you guys? Josh Zenner, I can't speak for everybody, but for me, I've never had acid reflux. I don't really know what it is. I know what heartburn is because I've had it, but I only get it because of something horrific I've done, like drink a bottle of plutonium. You'll have some heartburn with that. But heartburn for nothing. Like I used to have a friend I worked with at a bank, Hank. His name was Hank. He used to get heartburn. He eat Tums. I thought they were M&Ms for the first 2 weeks I knew him because he was eating them so often. I didn't think it could be a medicine. They were Tums. He was eating them like good and plenty. So and I was like, "What is wrong with you?" And he had heartburn all the time. He was just always eating these things. I've never had it. Oh, Rich Newton. Bro, Rich Newton, how are you, man? Man, this bus has been praying for you. The other day I told the bus that your father had passed, and there were a lot of ones in the chat. So you're on my mind, and I'm praying for you. I'm sorry. It's interesting. It's funny. When my dad died, I had a lot of people say, "I know what you feel like." My dad died. And you know what? I don't know what you feel like, Rich. I don't. I know what I felt like. I know it sucked. But I don't know what you're feeling. I know it's got, on a scale of 1 to 10 of bad things that happen in life, it's a 10. So I know that. But anyway, you got a lot of people who love you here and care about you. All the ones in the chat, if you're brand new here, all the ones in the chat are people. Listen, I'm a Christian. I believe in prayer. If you don't, no problem. I don't bash anybody who doesn't believe what I believe. But if you're into positive vibrations or good feelings or whatever, it's important. I talked about you. You're one of my favorite stories because if you haven't heard the story before, Rich sent me some pepper rings, smoke rings. Jalapeno rings. And he was just a hobbyist at the time. And I'm telling you, they were unreal how good they were. I remember calling Rich, just go like, "Dude, this is amazing. You need to be, why are you not selling this? You need to be selling this." And he was it's how every great business starts. You have something you make good, you give it to your friends, they're like, "Man, you should sell this." He got it to me. I had my channel. Rich, do you remember how many people we had at the time? I bet it wasn't 100. I bet it wasn't 100 subscribers, bus riders. I don't think it was 100. If it was, it couldn't have been more than 110 or 120. But it was just early on, and then he just started doing it, getting into it, and he went through all the steps, went through all the certification. He's licensed. It's Point Blank Pepper Company. He and his wife, Mindy, they go to shows. I've seen him at shows. I stop at his booth, and we hang out. He's won awards. You can go in stores, and you can see his product. And that's why I did this channel. It was just to spread the chili love and what I do, and one of the great stories. I love you, Rich, man. For real, I do. Truth Prepping. How can I send you a picture of my new hybrid pepper? I want to send you one as well. They are monsters. Truth, you can email me a picture if you like. My email address is chasetheheat@gmail.com. want to make sure I didn't miss anything important. I'm afraid I probably did. Big Doug's Outdoor Adventures didn't say how to you yet. How would you support someone? How would you suggest someone start doing heat challenges? Uh, First of all, be wise with the challenges you do. You know what I mean? I don't know what level of a chili head you're at. Some challenges, like I was a pretty hardcore chili head right from the jump. Like when I started my channel, I was doing some pretty extreme stuff. Yet still, some of the challenges I did were like it doesn't matter how. Like I drank the first time I drank a whole bottle of plutonium. It's 9 million Scoville. It was a whole bottle. The first time I did that, like I didn't know what it was going to do to me. You know, I saw somebody else do it. I saw the Chili Beast do it, Jason Riley. I was like, I didn't even have a channel of that. I looked at that. I was like, almost like I'm going to do that. I didn't even have a channel yet. I was thinking that. Anyway, so no matter how much you prep, I wasn't ready for that. It almost killed me. I mean, I was not ready for that. It hurt. So make sure you do something. Know what you can do. Know your limitations. Don't do something too rough. You know what I mean? If somebody who's a brand new chili head and you want to challenge, there are challenges you can do. You know what I mean? I would start, if you've got a little bit of a tolerance, Death Nut is a good challenge because there's 5 levels of peanuts. They start small. You can each time it gets a little bit hotter, a little bit hotter. And the last one is a stupid hot peanut. But that's a good one if somebody's brand new because even if you don't finish it, you've done halfway and you feel good that you've done something and you're moving in that direction. Like stay away. I don't know if you're brand new. I mean, I didn't look at your comments. Let me see if you answered. Like what level of chili head you are, because that's the big question right there. Jack Connor, good to see you, man. I don't see his answer. Hippie's on. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't see what level of chili head you're at. If you're new, avoid scary ones. I'm serious. And no matter new or not, make sure you prep well. Still rather new. Okay, then just be really careful and make sure you prep well. Always have food in your stomach. Okay, it's really, really important. Have something starchy like mashed potatoes, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, something. You know what I mean? Something. But stay away from really bad ones. Um, how funny, Christopher Westcott. I can't tell you. That's the secret of the 1 hot minute. Oh, the 1 hot minute challenge. Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry, I missed that part. I thought you meant the 1 hot minute. It's a good idea. It wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. I'm trying to think what good. Anybody have a good idea? Oh, you know what? There are a few challenges on League of Fire that are really great. Now I got something hot in my eye. There are some great challenges on League of Fire for new people. The one chug, it's ginger. That's great for somebody who's new. It's a chug, but it's not that hot. How can I make my hot sauce more like sludge, Cody T? Jeez, I don't know, man. Good morning, Landscape. Good to see you. Ryan Karsher, grow your own. Best advice. Even if you live in an apartment, you can grow some super hots in a pot. Indeed, you can, Ryan. Corbin Remmert, there's my boy Jeff. Good to see you, man. Start small, work up. There's some chili growing beasts in this chat right now. That's for real. Jeff Remmert, Deadpool, the Remmert Pod. That's who created that. Ryan Karsher. That's pretty cool. All we need is Broom in here. We got a hat trick of scary growers. Where the hell is Tom Broom? Come on, Tom. Where is he? You know what? Bree needs to be here. If Bree were here, she'd say, hey, where's Broom? And the second she says, where's Broom? What would happen? Somebody else should do it. Somebody type in, where's Broom? Maybe he's lurking. The little nitro gummy bear. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a good one for a brand new person. They say it's 9 million, and I don't think it is, but it tastes like it's foul. It is a disgusting. I've never had anybody ever tell me they liked the way it tasted. It was awful. Daniel Sheriff. Buffalo Wild Wings has a Reaper Wing challenge. Well, there you have it. I'm due for a restaurant challenge. I haven't done one in years. It's been a long time. Silver Surfer, the Chug Life challenge, the berry one. Yeah, the berry one's the one I was thinking of. The gingers are sold out. I bought them all. Silver Surfer. Tracy, you're awesome. But there's some awesome people in the chat tonight. I wonder how many people are lurking because not all 71 people are saying things. I know that. I thought Ground Zero hot sauce was hot years ago, and Daniel, those are pretty good. Oh, talking to Daniel Sheriff. Yep. Um, Joseph Kanister, still at Hobbs now. I was at Nagas before. Listen, tolerances go up and down. If you want to climb, the faster you climb, you have to be willing to suffer a little bit. You can reach scary chili head levels and never suffer. I was with somebody who was eating Reavers. I can't remember where I was. It wasn't in America. I was with somebody who was eating Reapers, ate two of them in front of me. I said, wow, it's pretty great. I said, they kill your stomach, right? He says he's never had calf cramps. I said, how did you get to this point? Never had calf cramps. It took him 20 years. He just started small. But he just never stopped eating. You know what I mean? You don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to, like, you guys all watched what happened to College Boy. If you didn't, go look at the David and Goliath series on the channel. College Boy, all right? That guy worked for us at Blazing Foods, all right? Here's the truth of it. He worked for a company that we had a big building. We leased out a couple days a week to a company that would come in and do food prep. And David worked for this company. He got fired from that company, but he was always around us. We loved him. He was in the office all the time, so we knew him. He'd eat hot stuff. We had to test somebody, and he'd run over and eat it, and then go back to work. He went right back to work like a beast, even after eating something hot. But he'd only do it once in a while. But he was game, and he watched me do a few videos. He got fired. We're like, let's hire him. So we hired him, and he started working with us, and he was great. Still great friends with the guy. But the first time we did a video, he said he'd want to do it, but we wanted it to be apples, not apples and oranges. So Tim Myers from Revolutionary Hot Sauce. Listen to this crack. It's my knee. Tim Myers sent me a Reaper. It was a twin Reaper, I don't know what they call them. 2 pods, 1 stem. They were absolutely identical looking. So it's going to be the same heat, same flavor. It's going to be apples to apples. So we cut it in half. He took one, I took the other, and we both ate it. And the videos of him were so funny. That guy went from, I've never eaten it. The first pepper he ever ate in his life was a Carolina Reaper. It's true. So, and if you go watch that series, you can literally watch him go from I've never eaten a pepper to drinking extract and drinking tincture. He went hardcore. He was willing to suffer, but what you don't see, like you don't even see on my videos. You just see me eat the stuff. I have sometimes, like over the years, in 7 years, if you knew how much suffering I bet if you added up all the hours over 7 years, the hours of calf cramps, it's almost 2 days just for the plutonium videos. 2 solid days of calf cramps just for those 3 videos. I mean it. If you add them all up, I bet it's 3 months of calf cramps nonstop. You can do it and not hurt yourself. You can, but prepping is really important. So if you're thinking about doing challenges or thinking about eating peppers, first of all, you should eat peppers, and then as you're climbing, do challenges because they're fun. But be responsible about it, because here's the thing: things are getting hot enough. I haven't had any tincture yet. Things are hot enough now where you can do something stupid with it, and you're not going to die from it, but it can be scary, you know. Like if you've never eaten anything hot and you took a drop of this, it would destroy your day. Not your day. It would destroy you for an hour. Pretty close to it, at least. Silver Surfing, watching David crashed on your chair with the cramps. Poor guy. Great videos. Yeah, that guy, what a little freak. Silver Surfer. Man, College Boy would get cramps. One day we did a video, and Foy was getting mad at me because we'd be doing videos, and I'd go back to work. And he'd be done for 4 hours. And so Foy was getting mad at me. He's like, man, no more hard videos during the day. Do them at the end of the day and upload them later. So one day we did a video, and Foy comes out. He's like, where's David? I'm like, here we go. So I go around looking for David. He's sitting in a chair. I think I put the picture on Instagram. Out like a light. Sawing logs with cat. I said, what are you doing? He goes, don't wake me up. I got cat cramps. He sleeps through calf cramps. I'm like, if I could sleep through calf cramps, do you know the stuff I'd be doing? If I could sleep through calf cramps, you think I'm doing challenges now? You think I do fun stuff now? If I could sleep through calf cramps, forget about it. John Connor, how hot will it go? Do you think it'll become deadly one day? People have already said peppers will kill you. Oh, tincture's hot and delicious. When the dragon's breath came out of the UK, they said one of them could kill a person. I think I ate 8 the first time I ever ate one of them. I had a whole bunch. I'm like, dude, since one will kill you, let's eat 8 of them. You know what they say? Listen to this. They say that the resin ferrotoxin can kill you. You guys ever heard of that? Euphorbia resinifera. I think that's what it is. Look, I have one in the other room. I actually have one of these in the other room. Many of you have seen it. Many of you may not have. While it looks like a cactus, it's not. It's a plant. Anybody in the chat? Somebody in the chat must know the name of mine. Can anybody remember the name? He's in the other room. I named him. He has the greatest name in the world for a plant. Because it looks like a cactus, but it's not. Anybody heard another name? His name is Robert Plant. There you go. Dizzy Dragon got it. Blake Balaki got it. It's Robert Plant. Thank you, Bizzle. So here's the deal. Robert Plant has a sap that it can secretes, all right? And that, when processed, registers 16 billion Scoville. It's not really Scoville, but people react to it the same way. It'd be the equivalent of 16 million, billion Scoville, not million, because regular peppers are 16 million. We're talking 16 billion. So I have a plan. It'll be with the assistance of Mr. Tom Broom. I'm going to go down to Florida, and I'm going to make a video where I eat some resin ferrotoxin. You think it's going to kill me? Of course not. Silver Services, what kind of cactus is that? You guys want me to go get it? It'll take me like 15 seconds. You want me to go get it? If you don't want me to, I won't. It's really rude for a dude to get up and leave the camera. I mean, how crappy is that? Silver Services got it. All right, hang on. I must say he's looking really great, by the way. This is Robert Plant. All right, Euphorbia resinifera. And this is it. Now, when this inside it, you know, poppies, if you cut a poppy, the stuff that secretes out is opium. Well, if you essentially the same thing with this, but what comes out of this is 16 billion Scoville heat units. Tell me Robert Plant isn't the greatest name for this thing, because it's not a cactus. It's a plant. It looks like a cactus, but it's not. Isn't that great? I think it's great. So anyway, I'm going to see me do some resin ferrotoxin. I promise you one thing, it's not going to kill me. And I won't act a fool, and I'll still be able to talk. That's my pledge to you. Isn't that insane, Tracy? You dig it. Pretty cool, Jeff, huh? Cornhuskers. 16 billion. Because it's not a pepper. It has a Dizzy can probably explain it. It makes that does make the poison. It's a poison essentially. They can test it the same way they can test peppers, and when they do, they get 16 billion Scoville heat units. It's the greatest name. Thank you, Marty. I really dig the name, man. It does have spines, but let me see. Hold on. My really small little ones. Can you see them? Really little spines on him. But he's beautiful. And he's healthy. Barella, good to see you. Bruce R. I don't know if it's edible. Not sure. Good question. Chris Wiz, how will you consume it? A toothpick? It's a good question. I'll have to figure that out. Here's the deal. Let me explain to you how I'm going to do it. We're going to start. We're going to get a sample. We're going to get it tested first. Then we're going to dilute that sample down, like in half. So it'll be, cut from 16, it'll be 8 billion. Then we'll cut that in half again. It's math, and Tom can figure that out. We'll still get it down to 4 billion. And maybe 4 billion I'll try. I'll try 4 billion. I've tried 16 million and it isn't that bad. I can still talk. It's not that big a deal. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get down really low, and then we're gonna get it hotter and hotter and hotter, and go the other way, and we're gonna see how high I can go. But somebody's done it online, but they didn't do it properly. And I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make it fun. It's gonna be a good video. Diz just sold my torch. Hope that's a good thing. Last son of Krypton, Pain Sanity. Heckling the heat sounds awesome. It does, doesn't it? I think it does. Tyler, have you watched your closest I've come to Panic video? How do you think this will compare? Pretty gnarly. You know what? I was looking. I never watched my own videos ever, but on reflection, I think the Primatali video, I was freaking out way more in that video. Don't you think about it? Has anybody seen both of them? I really think that was way scarier a video than the panic mode one. It was a good one. I mean, I think it was a good video, but to me, I think the 30. I didn't eat all 30, by the way, you guys. I ate 13 of them, or 15 of them, or something. So I couldn't eat them all. I tried, but I couldn't. But I attempted them anyway. But that was one of the. I struggled with that one big time. Disney thinks it's just going to break the TRPV receptors. Not going to happen. What's the next pepper you recommend after jalapenos? I would go to habanero. Just expect a significant jump in heat and a significant change in burn. It's going to be a lot hotter. It's not going to burn the same way a jalapeno burns. It's going to feel like it stings more. That's what it's going to feel like. It's going to feel like your mouth is stinging. It's a true story. Don't try it like Ted Barris, right, Rich? Ted's done some scary things. You know what, though? I got to tell you something. He's one of the main reasons, honest to God, he's probably the biggest influence of why I have a channel. I've never said that before. I said he's one of them, but he's probably the biggest. Because one day I sat down with my daughter. She was little. And he was about to eat 2 chocolate bootlas. It was a very funny video. I hadn't seen it yet. And I don't remember him in all the other videos swearing that often. But I said to my daughter, I said, come here, honey. She sits down and watches, and he just swore a bunch of times. And I went, I don't curse in front of my kids. I don't. Didn't when they were young. I don't now. And I couldn't unwind it. It was a bummer. She heard it. I couldn't. I wanted to cover her ears or back it up and rewind it, but it was too late. And that day, I remember thinking, I didn't start the channel that day. I didn't start probably 2 or 3 months. He was a trip, all right, Rich. And I didn't do it for a few more months, and then I was married at the time. I was going to do it. And I was married. I'm divorced from my ex-wife. Not my kid's mom, but the one I married after that. We were married for 7 years or something. But I told her I was going to start a YouTube channel. She goes, about what? I said, what? Like, I thought that would be obvious, you know. I mean, she could have said guitar, I suppose, but that wouldn't have been as logical. So I said peppers, chili stuff. And she looked at me and she said, what are you, 13? That's what she said. She was going to be 13 years old. I said, so I went, whatever. So I got mad as can be, stormed off, went upstairs to the room, sat at my desk. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And I didn't do it for probably another couple of weeks. And then one day I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I did it one day. I had 2 great videos that no one ever saw because I screwed them up because I'm an idiot when it comes to technology. Same video, same challenge 2 times. Blew it both. Zeph, good to see you. I finally ate a Primatali last year. It's funny to think that I likely would not have been inspired to explore my pain threshold if it wasn't for you, Johnny. Cheers. Zephin, thank you for saying that. Isn't it interesting, though, how it helps your whole outlook on pain? And when you were into Chili's, the way you approach pain is different than before you got into Chili's. Pain happens. Pain's going to come to you. It's going to come to your life. It just is. It's part of growing old. Guess what? We all fall apart and die. Nobody gets out alive. That's how it works. But pain's going to come to you. It's just the way it works. So if you run from it your entire life, right? When it comes, number one, you aren't used to it. So the pain it's more emotional. It's more tragic. It's scarier. And not being there before, you don't know how bad it's going to get. And it's terrifying. It's a frightening concept. You know? If you're as a chili head, we put pain in our path every day. All I do every day, I put pain in my way and I overcome it every day. And the reason I do that is number one, it's fun and I really like it. But number two, there's going to be the day someday where I'm hurting. Something happened. It's happened already. I hurt my shoulder really bad. There's this shoulder, and I mean, I thought it was bad. It really, really hurt. And every time I go to bed, I roll over like, oh, most pain I can dig. It's just the way it is. But it definitely will change how, I don't like headaches or backaches or toothaches or heartache. But everything else, there's my girl. Honey, I'm home. I love you, Bree. I'm glad you're here. Everything go well? 6 drops feel all the way down. I won't get my armpits tattooed, says Diz. I don't think I'd do that either. Oi, 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 Lego. Paxton says, hey, it's Chili Mama Bird. Sure is. We have several different avenues that we're using to try to assist me getting over there. So, not giving up until I get there. I have some good things in my favor, so we're hoping. Chris Wiz, 16 billion Scoville sounds like a biological weapon to me. To somebody who doesn't need anything hot, 16 million is a biological weapon. You know what I mean? For real. The truth is, if somebody doesn't need anything hot, 1 million is scary. But think about this, like police grade pepper spray is only like between 2 and 4.5 million Scoville. Police grade pepper spray. So a lot of us in the chat, Bizzle does. I know Charles McClellan does. Dizzy does. Everybody in the chat probably does. We eat stuff that's hotter than police grade pepper spray on the regular. I got sprayed in the face, squirted in the face, right in the eyes, with 9 million Scoville lava drops. Yeah. Greg Foster. It was lovely. 1,000 scary Cornhusker. Nah, you'll be all right. Please don't get the knee tattooed. Please don't get the knee tattooed. Oh my God, it hurt worse. You know what? That sucked. Of all the tattoos I got, there's no, like that. This right here is orange. And this is like peach. And if you put a black light, in fact, you know what? I had this out. I wonder if it'll work. You're not gonna be able to see it. Under a black light, you can. You know what? It's not working because of the computer. Under black light, some of the stuff lights up. But when I went to I got this in the Philippines, and Sammy, my tattoo guy in the Philippines, he goes, "What do you want?" I said, "You decide." He loves that. I did that with this tattoo here. He said, "What do you want?" I said, "Forget what I want. What do you want to give me?" He's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "You're an artist. Draw on me what you feel like drawing on me." So he just asked me a few things that I like. He drew up a picture. I said, "Sure, go for it." So when I went for the second when I went back, I said, I want to do something on my elbow. He said, "What?" I said, "Something traditional, something Filipino traditional thing." So he picked out this flower. I said, "Perfect." He goes, "Where do you want it?" I said, "Right here." He goes, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yeah." That was a great story. I have to tell you a great story about him. Sammy's such a great guy. I went there the first year, and it's like we didn't even start the tattoo until like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And if you're there, you live there, it's not that big a deal. But if you're from a different country like America, when you're there, you're looking around going, "Where am I?" It's just a strange. It's like it's one thing in the middle of the afternoon, but midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, it was a pretty crazy place to be. But I was drinking a lot. He was drinking a lot. His wife was there. She's a tattoo artist. They're both award-winning artists. They were both drinking a lot. It's terrible. If you look at the Balut video, you guys ever see that? I was lit in that video. Just being honest with you. It's a duck egg. You take the top off, and the duck's in there. You know what I mean? It's like developed, and you eat it. It is what it is. But anyway, he was drinking a lot. I fell asleep when he did this. He had to wake me up because he wanted to take a break. I was sleeping. He woke me up. Anyway, I went back the next year, and as I got there, he comes out. He goes, "Johnny," and he goes, "Hold on." He goes to, I'm at his shop to get a tattoo. And he goes, room's not here yet, Chili Monbird. We were hoping you'd say that. He comes out with a big beer. I said, Sammy, I don't drink anymore. And his eyes lit up. And he goes, I don't either. I said, you're kidding. His sober date's like 2 months before mine. It's wonderful. He's still sober. His life is, and the funny thing is, I have a picture of he and I the first year, like the night we got the tattoo. I got videos. It was a crazy night. And I have pictures when I went back the second time, and he and I together. If you look at him, he doesn't look like the same person. It's just, he's just doing so well. It's just a cool story. Hold on a sec. Swiss Vapor says, Johnny from today, I call you Kaya Balut. Kuya Balut. Can I tell you something about the Balut? It tastes delicious. The problem with Balut is, you think about it. Brian Strittmatter, good to see you, man. Been watching your videos for a few years now. You're crazy, but inspiration. Thank you. Hottest pepper I've had. I grew up in my garden. Scorpion Butch. Did it with my friend, and we'll never forget it. It's a hot pepper. Brian, thank you for being here. But the duck egg is crazy. In the Philippines, there's 3 different ways you can get it. You can get it, I don't know what the days are. Maybe somebody knows. It's like 13, 17, and 21 or something like that. And that's how many days the thing's been incubating. Okay? It's pretty creepy. I'm not going to lie to you. So I didn't know what to get, right? And I thought it was late. It's like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. It was later than that because it was on the break. And I was already drinking a lot. So it was probably something like 3 or 4 in the morning when we took a break. And that's when they get the balut. And I'm agreeing to it because I didn't think they're going to be able to score balut at 3 o'clock in the morning in the Philippines. They run out 5 minutes. They're back with balut. It was unbelievable. But it's just a mental thing. I broke the top off it. And I was like, it was hard at first. It really was. But then what you do is you take the top off. It's hard if you look into there. You don't want to look in because you'll see him. You know, you'll see his head or a beak or something. You know what I mean? Because he's right there. You'll see a feather, a shoulder or something. But what you do is you drink the brine or something. You just slurp it. You drink it. It tastes just, and they're warm because, you know, they're being incubated. You drink it. It tastes just like chicken soup. It really does. It tastes delicious. I did that. I was like, wait a minute. It tastes pretty good. Eating the rest of it's a little more challenging, but it does taste good. And if you were hungry, guess what? You'd eat it. Caleb Drake. So good to see you, Caleb. Hope we're doing good. Thanks for hanging out with us. Finished. Good to see you. Sup, peeps? Got pods today. Let's burn. Sounds good. My tincture bypassed my mouth and throat, settled in my stomach, gave me a good burn that did not hurt. That's always a pleasant thing, Charles. Balut is a natural aphrodisiac, they say, says Swiss Vapor. I don't know about that. I'll tell you what. I just want to get the tattoo done and go home and go to bed. It was late. You know what? That was a crazy night. When I got back, this is awful. I got back. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. That's how late it was. So I'm rolling back, and I had something to do at 11. So I'm back, and I'm walking into the hotel, still up from the night before, freshly inked, probably not walking so well. This is the first time. And people are all walking out like they're all responsible. And I'm like, through the walk of shame to the elevator. I went to bed for a little while, but every time I'm back, sober as can be since. And for those paying attention, 3 years, almost 3.5 years of sobriety. Adam Chancellor, a fellow Charlotte guy here. What's up, brother? No way, Adam. It's crazy. Pepper Popper, JSP's Road Scorpion, morning break. We all should endorse it. Naga. So a chocolate reaper for the Chase Heat bus. Hope I can hold it down. Pepper Popper. Yeah, chocolate reapers are hot. The one this morning was hot. It really was. But you know what? I got to tell you something. Did you guys watch or this afternoon, the video? No, the one this morning. From this morning, it's where I ate the Reaper and a 7-pot Primo, both chocolate pods. After that video was over, I'm telling you that the 7-pot was way hotter. And I'm almost even scared to say that because I think people are going to say I'm just saying it because it's Troy. It didn't climb any higher, but it just stayed. And if you have a burn that stays a long time, at some point you go, okay, I'm done with it. I'm ready to stop it. And it was a long burn, man. It's not quite 3 years yet, Jeremy Shelton, but thank you for saying that. I'll tell you exactly how long it is. It's 4 years, 3 months, 22 days, 9 hours, and 50 minutes, to be exact. Is it wrong to give my stealing crack addicted brother in law, the old Mike Tyson, for taking 35 grand in cash for nearly 70-year-old dad? The anger is real, but I understand addiction. Sorry, I read that. I wish I could have emailed you or something. You know what? Addiction's a terrible thing. It makes you lie. It makes you do things you like. Honest to God, you have to know that if he's sober, like if he was sober, he would look back and go, "I can't believe I did that." So it's a horrible thing, addiction. But I don't know what I would do. I hate to think about it. Ryan Karsher, YouTube won't let me type everything I want to say. I'll leave it here. Hanging out with this man in person is a blessing. He hates when I say this, but Johnny's the godfather. You know what? Stop that, Ryan Karsher. Listen, Ryan's the only guy I know that can mix a macadam with a Chinense. I've told people that. They said, I'm sorry, what now? I'm like, yeah, man. He mixes it like he does. It's pretty bizarre. He also looks like a bouncer. He also a bodyguard. He looks like a bodyguard. Like when I'm with him, when I was on the set with him, looks like my bodyguard. For real. Put sunglasses on, it's like scary. But he's a super, super nice guy. That's the funny thing about him. But I reckon if he was Matt, it'd be a problem. Jeremy Shelton, I'm 132 days sober myself, feeling great. Hey, congratulations, man. You know what? We only have 4 minutes left or 3 minutes left. I haven't done this very much. We're going to do it now. So there's a wicked correlation, everybody. Listen up. There's a big, big correlation between sobriety and capsaicin. I'm just telling you it's the truth. I know hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on every continent I've been to that was an addict on something and that somehow found it to be a lot easier when peppers were involved. Anybody's plugged into the chili community knows what I'm talking about. There's a correlation. And the reason that there's a correlation is that when you eat high levels of capsaicin, what it does is it increases your levels of serotonin in your body. And serotonin, attaboy, John, that's what I'm talking about. Serotonin, what it does is it helps you, it makes you better able to process and deal with stress, anger, frustration. And if you're someone who's trying to quit something, frustration, anger, anxiety, all that crap, depression, those are triggers, right? So all these people that are putting down a bottle or a pipe or something, a straw, something, a handle of a slot machine, sugar, anything, I'm telling you, it's going to increase your serotonin levels. Doesn't matter what you're quitting. Those triggers are all the same. Whether you're trying to quit sugar, yeah, frustration, anger, and all that, same thing. It's gambling, yeah, those things are still there. Doesn't matter what you're trying to quit. Those triggers they're in all of us. So there is a correlation between capsaicin and sobriety. So, but if anybody wants help, please check out my brother's channel, The Lifeboat. It's on the bottom. It's right there at the end of every single video I make. In the end, you'll see some stuff that pops on the screen. There's a few videos up here. There's my channel here. And right there on every single video is my brother Tommy's channel. Please, he's helped people get off of sugar, gambling, sex addicts. It doesn't really matter. And the reason it doesn't matter is the reward center of your brain doesn't care if it's a handle, whether you're smoking something, whether you're snorting something. The reward center of your brain is what's making it all happen, not the thing you're smoking. And not what I'm serious. Like when someone dies of an overdose, isn't the drug that kills them. It's your body being flooded by your chemicals in your body that kills you. It's the truth. Google it. I'm not making it up. If you doubt me, Google it. Get help. Life's too short. All right. So he really does help. There are a lot of people here that are on the lifeboat. Thank you, John Barlock. But there are a ton of people right here that are on the lifeboat, and they'll tell you that there's some good things happening over there. What it is here's the lifeboat. It's a place where you don't have any condemnation, no judgment. All right. If you try to go to a meeting in your town, you stand up. I'm Johnny, and I'm an alcoholic. That sucks. If you aren't ready to make that step, you know what I mean? I told 48,000 people at the time. didn't really bother me. I'm that guy. But if you're first starting out, it's not something you're comfortable with. You can log on and watch the video. They don't know who Prepin is. Not that obviously I didn't mean to pick you out. I shouldn't have picked anybody out. Swiss Vapor doesn't know who Swiss Vapor is, right? So anybody can type something like you see it all the time. If you're on one of these streams, you'll see great comments, and you'll see, you know, you'll see, hey, I'm 3 days sober, and what you'll see is a flood of support from people who want to help you, and that's the truth. So the reason I tell you this is this: life's too short. Life is way too short to be a slave to something. I'm a slave to peppers. That's it. Buddha Davis, I love you, man. The boat, the bus, forever. You guys are all awesome. Bree, I love you. I'm calling you in 30 seconds. Actually, no, you know what? Give me a little bit because I'm calling Ryan Karsher in 30 seconds. But I'm going to call you as soon as I'm off with Ryan. Ryan, stick by the phone, dude. I'm calling you. All right, you guys, listen, I love you all. Be kind to somebody tomorrow. Somebody you're going to bump into or cross paths with needs somebody not be nice to them. Be that person. Makes a long impact. The ripple goes a long way. Be kind. I love you all. I'm Johnny Scoville. This was Chase D.